Hey everyone, this is episode 15. Welcome to Let's Discuss The Walking Dead. This is for season 3, episode 6. And first off, I do gotta say that that is not a typo. That is just the way the font made the actual L in this. So, because I went up and I tried to delete it, thinking I put in an A also, but um, no, it was just an L. That's just the way that, well, it was decided to be written. So. First off, let's say that Michonne really decided to get creative in the way that she killed, the three guys, two guys at the beginning of the episodes. Um, I thought it was kind of interesting that she actually decided to stay up in the tree, um, and basically leave her calling sign saying, go back. But um, yeah, at that point, Merle and Julio or whatever his name is, they should have just decided to actually go back. But you know, would have really been much of an episode if they just said, "Hey, forget it," and went all the way back. So, and I was really surprised at the sound that Merle's handgun made because I thought it was a little too loud. Maybe not like for real life or whatever, but kind of loud for the actual show. I'm kind of glad that they got the phone thing out of the way with Rick. That they didn't decide to drag it on for like 2 or 3 episodes or whatever. They just basically confined it to one. So I could not tell who the first person was. The first time that I watched it. The second episode that they showed right after the premiere. Then I finally figured out that it was Amy. The second person I did think was Jim or Tim or whatever his name is. So I kind of figured out that it was something that was just in his head. And I think the third person that he talked to on the phone was I think it was Jackie. Um, I'm not really sure. You would think that it'd be at least a couple of people that'd be a little more prominent in the series, other than people who just died right away in like season one. So, um, but at least they got the original actors to come back for it. Well, at least two of the three. I'm not sure if the original Jackie came back for it. I'm not even sure if it actually was Jackie either. So. Plus, there was kind of the reinforcement when Herschel came up and tried to listen to the phone. You couldn't hear a dial tone or anything like that. So, um, yeah, Rick is just completely losing it. At least he was. I don't know if he's gonna be continuing to go down the downward spiral that he's on or not. So, um, maybe he's kind of becoming a little more sane now that he has, two kids to watch over. But um, I don't know. Maybe they're just gonna make him go back to basically being crazy and stuff in the next episode. So that one chick that was trying to teach Andrea how to use the bow and arrow, I'm really disappointed in her. Because she was supposed to be like training for the Olympics and all this kind of stuff, and her dad took her hunting and everything, and she kept missing basically a stationary target, and she is supposed to be basically a professional at doing so, and I am hardly a professional at using a bow and arrow. Um, I do got to say that. I don't think I can hit a real moving target, at least a fast moving target with one. Because I remember at camp we used those little composite bows or whatever they're called, not like the big professional bows or anything like that. And I was able to, I wouldn't say hit the bullseye or anything, but was able to get into one of the inner circles. Every time I would shoot, I'd say at a distance of maybe 150, 200 yards or something. So it wasn't exactly close, but I'm thinking, if I could do that, then she should definitely be able to take down one with, I would say, her second shot or whatever. The only thing about her second shot was that the walker did kind of duck. It wasn't intentional or anything, but um, that could kind of explain why she missed the second time. I would say though that the first time she should have actually hit it in the head and not like the shoulder or anything like that. Because there's just no excuse for that if she's like a real professional or anything. So I'm also kind of wondering what happened to that one other guy that was there in the prison. I can't remember his name offhand, but he was the short white guy with like a beard or whatever that was I think in there for meth or whatever. In the last episode when they were going around trying to shut everything off in the prison, he went with Glenn. So but anyways, he wasn't in this episode. I have no idea where he went. Because I don't remember him getting killed or anything. Maybe he did, but I don't remember it. So at first, I thought he was the overkilled walker that you know Daryl and those other guys that they shot with their bows and arrows and guns and stuff like a whole bunch of times in the head and stuff. I thought that might have been him. Because when Daryl took Carol's knife out of him, out of that body, there was a whole bunch of actual red blood that came out. So, and from what I can tell with walkers and stuff in the series, they don't have red blood anymore. It's always like green or a kind of a putrid black or something like that. So, I don't know. I kind of hope that he didn't die, because if he did, then I think we should have seen it. So when those walkers were going by Michonne, I'd say 3/4 of the way through the episode, I thought she was gonna have a real tough time at actually killing all of them, but then I remembered back when she escaped from like Merle and stuff, she did slice that one walker in the guts, and basically all the guts kind of spilled on her, which I guess kind of made her camouflaged. So, I was basically okay with that, but the thing that I was thinking about was that didn't she get shot in the leg? And wouldn't that let stuff in like through the blood and everything, or the blood and guts or whatever? That spilled out onto her. When some of it kind of landed in her leg, or wouldn't it eventually run down into her leg when she was walking, or whatever? So, but I am really interested to see where the walkers are actually going because they seem to be migrating. And if there's some reason behind it or whatever, I'm almost kind of wondering if there's something that's drawing them to Woodbury, and there's going to be a major fight there probably at the end of the season. So, lastly, I'm kind of interested to see what actually happens to Glenn and to Maggie. I do think that when they were brought in there, they might thought that hey, eventually they're going to be let go and stuff, but knowing what the governor usually does to people like that, I say they're kind of screwed. What I'm kind of wondering is, I remember from one of the previews that they had where Maggie was kind of confronted by some walker and was screaming really loud and stuff. So I'm wondering if maybe they just decided to kind of throw her to the walkers and was gonna have her like as one of the undead for their little games or whatever that they have there. Or if mainly Glenn is killed and she screams because she kind of finds out that he's one of the undead now. So, and I do kind of wonder exactly what Rick and his group are going to do because they're really outmatched. They're outgunned, outmanned, basically everything. I think that the only real way that they could really compete with Woodbury right now is probably to try and attract walkers to attack the town or whatever. Granted, there's a lot of civilians and they'd be killed, but hey, they don't know that. And honestly, I really think that they don't care that much. So, um, um, I would say that the best probable way is to get like some fireworks, like they did in Land of the Dead, and just kind of shoot them over the town. So, um, who knows? Maybe I don't know exactly where they're at, but if they're kind of close to Atlanta, who knows? Maybe they'll go back and get that tank that's there and just show up on Woodbury's doorstep saying, hey, let us in, give us back our people, or else we're gonna really blow the hell out of you. So, um, I don't know. Maybe that's just a thought that I have. So, anyways, I'm gonna sign off. This is episode 15. You've been watching Let's Discuss The Walking Dead. This is Brandon for Season 3, Episode 6. And I will see you next week.